Life after death. Christmas miracle strikes as man speaks to Jesus in afterlife. The person, who goes by the name Paulo, claims to have enjoyed the experience of being deceased and says he was given a message from Jesus. He said he was driving to his father's grave to place flowers with his wife and her sister in 1971 when disaster struck. Mr. O says lost control of the car, swerved on the other side of the road where a piece of wood came loose from another vehicle and headed straight towards him. He said, "I saw coming towards the windscreen a plank of wood. It was moving very slowly, and onto my line of sight. As I realized I was about to be killed, a sensation as of a swirling vortex began that enveloped my whole body, which then concentrated in my head and I exited my body through the top of my head. I literally flew out of the top of my head. I found myself traveling in an upwards direction in total darkness but with a marvelously wonderful sense of well-being. I was cocooned in what I perceived to be a spherical form. My initial thought was, if this is being dead, I like it." Mr. O then describes how he saw a white light common in near-death experiences, which was small and circular and grew larger as I approached. He wrote for the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation (NDERF) website. Then a voice came from the disk of light. The voice was very authoritative, commanding but not intimidating. The command was, "Go back." Instantly, I found myself back in the car. I understood the disk of light to be representative of Jesus. However, some researchers state this is a normal phenomenon and not necessarily a sign from heaven. Dr. Sam Parnia, Director of Critical Care and Resuscitation Research at New Langone School of Medicine in New York City, told a recent Oz Talk, people describe a sensation of a bright, warm, welcoming light that draws people towards it. They describe a sensation of experiencing their deceased relatives, almost as if they have come to welcome them. They often say that they didn't want to come back to life. In many cases, it is so comfortable and it is like a magnet that draws them that they don't want to come back. A lot of people describe a sensation of separating from themselves and watching doctors and nurses working on them. They can hear things and record all conversations that are going on around them. Dr. Parnia says there are scientific explanations for these reactions, and says seeing people is not evidence of the afterlife, but more likely the brain just scanning itself as a survival technique. He said thanks to modern technology and science, death does not have to be limited to philosophy and religion, but it can be explored through science.